Went south against the Vikings. Week 6, that was the collarbone injury to Aaron Rodgers. He came back against
a lot of changes since the season ended in Green Bay, because there will be a new offensive coordinator. There will be a new defensive coordinator. Obviously, there are going to be some new players that are coming in. But as long as Aaron Rodgers is piloting this team, they will remain a contender if he's healthy.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion. Rodgers, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Certainly not how.
First interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Watching that, Marty. Detroit. All right, here we go. Green, 30.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Play action, it's Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, now look at 56.
Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long, it's Keenum. And he's able to find Diggs. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Off the play fake, Keenum. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to that.
Looking deep for Adams. Hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On play action, now Rodgers lets it go for Nelson. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on fourth down here. Running for it, Montgomery. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Now he's going to throw deep right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 49 yards. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike, and that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Well, after the success they had on the second play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle of the block as the defense just did there?
Sure. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
For the Green Bay Packers, they're coming off a 7-9 season as their offense makes their way back onto the field. But with that 7-9 season, Charles, they saw their string of 8 straight playoff appearances come to an end. It was just weird not to have Green Bay in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you kept searching for them, didn't you? You kept looking down the list. When does Green Bay play in the playoffs? Because you're so used to it. But with the injury to Aaron Rodgers that knocked him out for so long, the offense really struggled. Finished 26th in the league in total offense. In a lot of ways, remarkable they finished 7-9.
Yeah, and Brett Hundley came in, tried to do his thing. I don't think it was much of an indictment on the play of Hundley, as it made me appreciate Aaron Rodgers more.
I think we all did, and I do believe.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible, Hurt.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but...
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they built that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They go play action here on first down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Keenum. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Keenum. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Keenum now to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Super Bowl 52 after this. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
A nice gain of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Rodgers to throw on second down. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On play action, it's Rodgers. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ty Montgomery as the first half is winding down. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed two-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
First down is Keenum. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final shot before half for Keenum. letting one go deep for the end. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs as time expires in the first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. Here's Keenum. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. I know when I joke about you guys skipping halftime, sometimes you get frustrated, but this is the Super Bowl. You got to watch the halftime show of the Super Bowl. All right, let's get you to the third quarter. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
On second down, here's Keenum. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Clay Matthews leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. On third and long, it's Keenum. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Keenum. He's going to fire one deep. And got his man complete. A pickup there of 36. And that leads to a Minnesota first down.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side.
Pass interference, defense.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On the ground, it's Cook. Shifts by him. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
On first down, Keenum. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Now Bradford. And his throw here's incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On on first down. Rodgers. And he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 26 yards. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be caught by